Hey guys, my name is Aijalonwallace, and I make videos about traveling, IT, and entrepreneurship. I'm a full-time recruiter. I'm a nomad recruiter. I work from my laptop and travel the world. Currently, I'm living in Brazil right now. And I also have a course that teaches you how to start your own recruitment and staffing company, okay? I do have a link down below if you want to hop on a call with me, but I want to talk to you today about how much money should recruiters be making or getting from commission. So listen, this is just my opinion, okay? I do know that a lot of recruitment companies have different commission structures, but this is just my opinion, okay? My first job had a very strange commission structure. It almost felt like it was a stats or, statistics course, just because it was so hard to read the commission structure and how it was laid out. It was based off of a scale of how much money you made for that quarter. So if you did 100, 200, the percentage would rise, pretty much. That's how it worked with the first organization I worked with. The second organization I worked with had a 50% commission structure, okay? And I strongly believe that is the new way of a lot of structures. A lot of people usually get paid a base salary anywhere from the $30,000 to $50,000 range, depending on your location. You may start off from 30 to 50K, and then you may start from you may get a 5 to 20% commission payout, depending on how much money you bring into a company. In my honest opinion, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But if you are a recruiter or you are someone that needs to work for someone who needs to be micromanaged or who needs the leadership, it's understandable. But in my opinion, it's not worth it. Why? Because I know one role in the IT space, I can easily make 20 or 25 grand. I have made 20, 25 grand, a lot of money in recruitment for myself just off of one fee. So if someone's paying me 30, 35,000 and paying me only 5% or 10%, it's kind of like, well, all right, I'm going to make 5 or 8 grand this month. When in all honesty, if you're making 4 or 5 placements or 3 placements a month at a bare minimum, you're easily bringing in $40,000 to $50,000, okay? And it's kind of like, if you're doing the business development and you're finding the candidate, why don't you work for yourself? It's just, it's that simple. Like, why are you working 60, 80 hours a week for somebody else, making them millions and millions of dollars? You can't pass it down to your kids, and you going bald. I went bald. My hair just grew back. I went bald when I worked for someone. You grow bald, and why wouldn't you do it for yourself? Especially when you don't have to do that much time. So when I was an agency recruiter, just to let you guys, know my story a little bit, but I was working 60, 80 hours a week. I was going hard. I was hungry. I was making a lot of money. But it was just like I was working for someone else, and I was always in the office. One thing I realized when I started working for myself is that I didn't need to work 40 hours a week anymore. I do recommend you guys read The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. But I didn't need to work 40 hours a week. I was just, if I was closing one deal a week, it wasn't that much time needed if I was able to make 20, 40 grand or 60 grand for that month. Even just doing a 20 or 40K month, it gives you the freedom to take a month off. You could do a month on, a month off. It gives you a lot of structures. But with a lot of recruitment commissions, like I said, it is based off of, how much money you're making. I strongly would advise everyone to at least be making 50% on their commission. Now, if you are a first-year recruiter, you got to earn your stripes, okay? You do have to earn your stripes, and you got to learn the game, okay? Even if you don't have a recruitment background as well, in my program, I teach you how to become a recruiter from scratch. So that's how my program is designed. But if you are someone who wants to go get that agency or that real-world experience, your commission is not going to be as high. First-year recruiters usually are in a hole when they enter a recruitment company. So how recruitment works, usually, the first month or two, you got to pay for your desk, you got to pay for your phone, all this. They have all these made-up things that you have to pay for, and you're in a hole. And, sometimes you have to pay your salary or what's your salary. So the 30K plus your desk and everything. So some structures are set up to, once you hit over your salary, that's when you start making commission. So you may not make commission as well until your third or fourth month roughly. So I do want to be honest about that. So if you're a first year, your commission structures may be anywhere in the 5 to 12% range, depending on the jobs, depending on the fee. And, and it also just depends on the company. That's why I do advise you all to shop around. Always shop around. Even if you're working for a company right now, shop around with commission structures and ask yourself, how much am I worth? It's nothing wrong with you having more. You're doing all the work. And I'm talking to recruiters who are looking up this video because you're probably wondering, am I making too much or too less? It's nothing wrong with you having more. It's nothing wrong with you wanting more. You do all the work, and sometimes, what happens is a lot of recruiters, they just leave their company and never tell them why they're leaving. Just ask. Just ask for a percentage raise. Don't ask for a salary raise. Forget the salary. I never ask for a salary raise. I want a percentage raise because I know how much I'm billing. I know how much I'm bringing in here, and I want more of that money. You don't ask. You don't ask for. I want to make 6 figures. Why do you want to make 6 figures? I'm actually one of those recruiters. I'd rather work for free and get a 7% commission payout because I already know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to deliver. That's the type of recruiter I am. Everybody wants to make a 6-figure salary. It's stupid. Ask for a percentage increase on your commission. That's what you need to be asking for. And based off your performance, that's what you need to always keep asking for the longer you stay at the company. If you're starting off at the 5, 10%, or 20%, you need to start going up 5% or more every 2 quarters or more and asking for a rise till you hit that 50% or 60% mark, or till you feel confident enough to start working for yourself. It is not hard. It's not hard. It's not hard to work for yourself. And the time is now to do it and make it happen. So listen, I say a 50% commission structure is fair, and often you should be getting paid out. A lot of companies some pay out monthly and some pay out quarterly as well. So that is something you should probably research and look into. I like being paid out monthly. My startup company that I was with originally, they paid out monthly, and they, so you got your money up front. It makes you hustle more as well, and it was a 50% commission payout. Of course, you do know that there are a lot of ups and downs of recruitment, and you will be subject to, sometimes giving back some of your commission money, or, depending on if your candidate stay in your job or not. But I think you should be in that 50% or more realm. And why? Because you're doing all the work. If you're finding a client, if you're finding a candidate. Now, some may say, okay, what if I'm finding a candidate? You're still doing half of the work. It doesn't matter which way you look at it. Even if you're a sourcer, you're still doing half of the work. Our job is product, supply and demand. Without the product, we have no business, okay? If we don't have no clients, we have no business. We don't have no candidates, we have no business. You're still doing half of the work, and this is why you should get 50%, 50% increase. Now, I guess it may, I would say it depends as well on a lot of situations. If you have a lower commission structure, but you got a lot more freedom at your job, maybe you guys have Fridays off, Saturdays off, maybe you only work till 3 or 4 o'clock. Okay. Okay, maybe to you, the commission is not so bad. To me, I only see value in working for myself because I just know how much I built in the past and how much I can build for myself. But, maybe there's perks with it, okay? Maybe you're on a low commission and you're getting perks. But if you're on a low commission and you're working 50, 60, 80 hours and going hard, you're crazy. I'm sorry. You're crazy. You're crazy because it's just so much money to be made out there. Why put yourself through that much stress if you're already doing it every day for someone else? It just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense, okay, guys? So listen, once again, ideally, if you're in a junior position, you're probably going to be between that 5-20%. If you're in a mid to senior level, it may shoot up 20 to 30, but your goal is to try to shoot for 50%. A lot more startup recruitment agencies are offering 50% payout, okay? Now, the downside of some of these companies is that, when you join a startup, they may not have any clients, okay? So that was my situation when I joined a startup company. They didn't have no clients, so I had to start from scratch. Now, joining a larger company, just to talk to you a little bit more about that, a lot of larger companies, like the Robert Half, the Robert Walters, the Modus, the Angelons, all of these companies have clients, okay? So this may be a reason why the percentage may be so low, is because they already have a multitude of clients for you already as soon as you join the company, okay? And when you join a company, it takes off a lot of stress, where all you have to do is find the candidates. I did not say it was fair. Okay, I'm not saying it's fair, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just letting you know what it is, what the situation is, okay? If you are joining a company on a fresh desk, you deserve a higher percentage. You should be up there in a 50% range, or 40 to 50% range minimum if you're on a fresh desk. There are such things as cold desks. There's a hot desk. If you are new to this channel, I'll explain it. A cold desk is pretty much where you have no clients, you have no candidates, you got to start from scratch. A hot desk is a desk that a previous recruiter probably held, or and they left the company, and it's a shit ton of jobs for you to start working on. Okay, now if you get a cold desk, you should probably, if you get a cold desk, no help, and you're joining a big company on a cold desk, you probably, learn, take the educational part of recruitment, learn the recruitment industry for a good year or two, and then decide on what's going to be the next best thing for you. The great thing about good recruiters, especially top performers, we are high in demand on the market. It's not that many of us. It's not. I know a lot of people think like, oh man, it's gonna be hard for me to get a job. It's not. If you're a top performer, it's not. And the great thing about recruitment, what I love about it, and I'm gonna make more videos about this, but we're in demand all over the world. I had jobs offers in Singapore, Australia, China, Japan. Recruitment is like so beautiful and so great because a lot of, when it comes to like on the visa skill list, recruitment is always on that list, for sponsorship or for visa opportunities. So it's a great way to travel the world as well. But not to go off topic, going back to the cold or hot desk, you got the way you have to think at it as well. When you're joining a larger company and you're getting clients, you're using all their software tools, you're using all their desks. The way these companies are structured, it's a very old way. A lot of startups and new recruitment companies are more modern in today's day, but a lot of these companies like the Hayes, the Robert Half, the Robert Walters, they have a very old structure where it's not really set up for you to win. It may take you 3, sometimes 5 months to get commission. I've seen it take some people a year or 2 to get commission based off of their performance, their leadership, and their team as well. So that's one thing you should factor in also. Who are you being managed by? And what are the expectations of you with your job, when it comes to your commission as well? Is it something holding you back from getting, making more money or reaching your commission targets as well, if you are being micromanaged or if you are giving a cold desk without the proper training or structure often as well? So, it's so much to talk about in recruitment with this video, but I hope I answered the questions, okay? It's so many ways to look at it, okay? But ideally, if you are watching this video, personally, you should be making, I feel, 50%, 40 to 50% for your commission structures just off the rip. Not based off a scale. That's how much you should be making, because we do all the work often. Even if you're doing just sourcing candidates, or if you're doing sourcing candidate, you're still doing half of the work. Recruitment is simple. It's only 2 sides of it. It's a client, it's the candidate side. It's either you're managing one or the other. You still should be getting the 40 or 50%. For some people who are on a high salary and you're making 20 or 30, I guess that's okay if that's something you enjoy and you like. And some people, and I think it's fine. You're still look, you're still in a top percentage category. You're still making over 6 figures, and it's okay, I think, to make the 20 or 30% if you're all right with it. But I guess more so for agency recruiters, when it comes to commission, I think that you should be anywhere in that 40 to 50% ballpark range, even if the company is providing clients to you. Just because I just know how much it is on a recruiter, the stress of being on the phones all day, looking at a computer screen, getting a lot of rejections. It's just a lot of work. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting on the body. So that's where you should be looking. Listen, guys, if you got questions, comment below. Listen, put it down in the video. If you like this video, let me know. Listen, I want you to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what other topics you want me to talk about. I'm looking forward to talking to you soon.